two, fight!
What's up YouTube, Spencer K here, and I'm here for another video about Nations 3.5, which was recently retired for some reasons. One of the main ones is because a lot of people could not connect to the world, so we decided we're going to do it at a different world, different host maybe, I don't know. Some people can reconnect to me now, so it's weird, it's just for a couple weeks. And, but we retired it, which basically means we're no longer going to be playing on it, so I'm going to be showing you my place, and I'm going to be giving you a short little rundown of what happened in the world, just the big events, not all into detail. But to go ahead and start it all off, I'm going to be walking around my place while explaining it to you so I can kind of kill two birds with one stone here and not make the video too long. But let's go ahead and start it off with how really all the action began. All the action began was with Dash, one of the nations. Him and Killer Killer was the enemy of the world really, and him and Dash had an argument and they kind of went at it. But no wars really happened from that, so they just kind of had arguments and blamed each other for stuff. Following that, Kaiser and Dash have always had a record of fighting with each other, and they really showed it in this world. They fought a lot, and as the world power, I was kind of trying to support Dash a little bit because he was a very small nation. Kaiser could easily whip his butt, and I was supplying Dash and helping him, giving him tips. And then one day they kind of had a really big argument. And I don't know, both sides took it too far. Kaiser invaded Dash and destroyed a lot of stuff. We ended up making it all better again, and that ended, and then Kaiser and my cousin both decided to join my nation as one of them as a colony, the other one as a citizen. Kaiser joined as a citizen. About that same time I had two other people join my nation, about a week or two later actually, and my population quickly rose to 5, which beat the second place who only had population 2. And so after Kaiser moved in with me, while he is currently moving all his stuff over here for his new house, Dash came over here and stole some stuff from me, the guy who'd been helping him and supporting him for pretty much the entire game. And that really annoyed me. I didn't do any evasion or anything, I just kind of did a little punishment, which really affected him a lot. And I think it worked out fairly well, and I think it taught him a lesson not to steal from me, especially when I'm helping you. And the fourth and final event that really occurred in the world was Dash versus Ravens. Now this kind of happened because we made a new rule. If you die, that sucks. If you want to reset the world, you owe every nation who's on something. So let's say we had a full server, 8 different nations were on the world, one of the nations died, you owe all other 7 nations something, and it was 2 stacks of whatever both sides could agree on. And usually it was sugarcane or paper or wheat or some type of plant or something. And he owed the world a lot of stuff. He's dying a lot, and so he owed me stuff. He paid off my debt, and then he owed Ravens a lot. He decided, because Ravens wanted sugarcane or something, he decided to pay Ravens back with his own sugarcane. So one day when Ravens was not on the world, Dash went over to Ravens' land, mined all his sugarcane, just the top 2 pieces, you know, so it regrew, but then gave Ravens the sugarcane, is what is said to have happened. I don't really know. Ravens never said he saw the sugarcane again, and I haven't personally been over there to check for myself. But then Ravens found out Dash went on his land when Ravens wasn't on, and after Dash stole from me and all the fights he'd been through with Killer and Kaiser, Ravens was like, no, this ain't gonna fly. And Ravens went over and completely griefed the hell out of Dash's place. There's like no more standing structures, maybe the wall if you'd even call it that, a border. But that's basically what happened in the world. Another small event that really no one can figure out is Kaiser's chicken graves went missing. They're basically these things without the little things. I don't know why I made them crosses, guys. I don't know. No one get offended by that. It's just to show as a chicken grave, I guess. My bad. But yeah. So no one in the world, even when I joined the investigation, I couldn't tell who did it. It was actually pretty amazing. Whoever did it was a clean theft, and hopefully they won't do it anymore. So that was the border of my land. That is all my land over there, guys. And this is my cousin's land, which is a colony. So technically, I own it. There's my flag. You can see, but I don't build anything on my colony's land. I just kind of govern them and their military, and I tell them who they can and cannot trade with. Like Dash, I wouldn't allow any of them to trade with Dash after he stole from us. Just stuff like that. I'm not usually a mean guy about it. It's just stuff. This is also land I claimed shortly before he stole from me. I think this was a day or two real life that before he stole from me. I claimed all this, And after he stole from me, and after Ravens griefed him, I was actually going to try, because this is Dash's land now, this is my extreme border on the outside. I was actually going to try to purchase this off of Dash, so he'd have some supplies to rebuild, because I'm going to head over there now, and there is literally nothing, just it is empty, bare empty. And his house used to be up there where it's kind of square. You guys see nothing over there. There used to be a house, farms, trees. It is all gone. There used to be an actual what do you call them, a bridge and a boat dock here. That's kind of what that's left. You see a little bit of wood right there. There used to be a boat dock on this side, boat dock on that side, and a wooden bridge connecting it, but then dirt bridge was built to kind of, because after he was griefed by Ravens, I was like, you know what, my punishment wasn't enough. I think I'll count Ravens' grief as part of my punishment. I had nothing to do with it, but I was like, you know, he has nothing. I think he's been punished enough. But the moral lesson of the world, hopefully for Dash, is not to pick on 4 people who are all greater powers than you could. Look where it got him. His house used to be right there. It used to be like, what, two floors plus a roof, at least 15 blocks tall. And this is all that it has. And here's how you know I'm not lying. Ravens typed these signs. I think that's funny. I'm sorry, Dash. He cared enough to put signs, though. I think he used your wood for it, though, so. But okie dokie. So that is a rundown of the world. There's some other nations in the world that didn't really have much to do with it, like Oregon's nation, Coolguy's nation, Cake's nation didn't have too much to do with it. Killer's nation, he was just really mean to everyone in the beginning, and then he had the little thing against Dash. But then after everything got squared away, and no one was mad at him, he never came back on for some reason. I don't know, it's weird. Gens, about after the time that he was trying to purchase this from Dash, about that time, my 6th member of my population joined, which was my new personal record. Almost, my old personal record was like population 7 or 8. I got 6th on this one. The only cool thing about this one is my population were much more involved. Like, these guys would play whenever I'd mention nations, and they got stuff done. And that is why I think I was so successful. So in the description, guys, I'm going to be giving you the names and the rank of where the nations came in if you're involved in that. Like, if you're, if you were playing in this, or if you were a citizen, go ahead and check out what your final leaderboard stat is pretty much for the world. Obviously, we're going to know the top 2, of course. Anyone who's recently played will know the top 2. And if you haven't played too much, then you'll know where you're at. But it's a final as of right now, like after everything that happened. So Dash, I know, sorry you were 3rd. You might be close to last, because you got absolutely nothing. But one more thing I want to just say real quick before I end it. 2 things actually. That was a tutorial I did, so if you like that building, it's a little farm. I kind of walked by it. Please check that out. It's really efficient. That farm will probably produce 40 times more than what this thing will. So it is really useful, and I love it. And earlier in the video when I was just walking around, I did show you an underground part that I went down the ladder and some stairs and stuff. There's an enchantment table, brewing room, and crap. That was because we call withers nuclear weapons, and I was building a nuclear bunker in case one were to go around the world, because I don't want me and my population above ground with one of them things flying around, because then they'd just do structural damage, and that's bad. So we're like, we'll just go underground, and that's it. So basically, guys, that'll sum up the video. If you enjoyed, please hit that like button. If you did not enjoy, tell me why. Hopefully I won't be doing too many of these videos. This is my first one of the actual world. And I'm basically summing up what happened. Hopefully look forward in the future of me actually posting some stuff in the action while it's going on. Maybe short little clips, funny moments, maybe a little war or 2. I don't know, it's really hard to record nations because there's a lot of arguments that go on. And I am in some of them, and this one is actually pretty chill compared to the last 3, or I'd say last 2, the first 2. I was the one trying to like break up the arguments, and that just made me become the main arguer. So this one I didn't really have too much to do except for when I got involved in that grief, or not grief, that's robbery. I ate obsidian, god damn, no, I'm playing. And that's really it. So like I said, guys, hopefully you enjoyed, and if you did, please hit that like button, and I will see you all later.